So for West Ham United, Graham Potter makes just one change from the loss at the Stadium of Lights. A home debut for Mats Hermansson despite his shaky first start in the northeast. The same back three as Neto plays at the London Stadium for the first time since April 2024. Criticism of the midfield last weekend, so Tomáš Souček replaces Guido Rodriguez. Lucas Paquetá turns 28 next Wednesday and the only fit attacking midfielder at the club. It's Jarrod Bowen's 7th season at West Ham and Nicholas Vårdrup partnership up front again. 20-year-old midfielder Callum Marshall replaces Edson Alvarez on the bench with the Mexican lone defender Fenerbahce. Well, Enzo Maresca makes 3 changes from the stalemate v Palace, with one having to be made only a few minutes ago. Robert Sanchez makes his 50th Premier League appearance for Chelsea. Tosin into the lineup after missing the first match, replacing the teenager Achampong. The 100th Blues appearance for Moises Caicedo in midfield. Cole Palmer injured in the warm-up, so there's a full debut for Brazilian teenager Estêvão. João Pedro set to play deeper, with Liam Delap making his full Premier League debut for Chelsea. Wesley Fofana still amongst the subs, despite a perceived issue with the club.
Chelsea's emphatic 5-1 win at the London Stadium briefly lifted them to the top of the Premier League table and, more importantly, offered a window into both their own attacking cohesion and West Ham's alarming tactical disarray under Graham Potter. Although the headline was the variety of Chelsea's scorers, João Pedro Neto, Enzo Fernández, Moises Caicedo, and Trevoh Chalobah, the real story was the manner in which each goal exposed the same recurring flaw: West Ham's inability to defend their penalty box. The opening 10 minutes were encouraging for the home side. Lucas Paquetá's long-range strike was a reminder that West Ham's best attacking moments often come through individual brilliance rather than collective construction. Chelsea's midfield left him unchallenged 25 yards out, and Robert Sanchez was beaten by a dipping effort that seemed to set the tone for a spirited contest. But Paquetá's goal didn't reflect a broader tactical plan. West Ham rarely created overloads or structured attacks through midfield. Instead, it was Chelsea who immediately began to dominate the key battlegrounds. The equalizer, via João Pedro's header from a flicked corner, wasn't an isolated incident. It was the first of 3 goals directly sourced from corners, each almost identical in their exposure of West Ham's frailty. Chelsea consistently targeted the near-post zone with runners. The second phase of these routines dragged West Ham's backline deeper, leaving central and far post zones vacant. Mats Hermansson, making his home debut, repeatedly failed to claim deliveries, leaving defenders flat-footed. By the hour mark, both Caicedo and Chalobah had scored from corners, underlining Chelsea's clear emphasis on dead ball rehearsals, and West Ham's utter inability to adapt mid-game. Transitions and structural gaps. Beyond set pieces, Chelsea thrived in transitional moments. Chalobah dispossessing Paquetá in midfield to launch the move for Pedro Neto's goal epitomized their aggression. Chelsea's pressing traps forced West Ham's midfield duo of Guido Rodriguez and James Ward-Prowse into uncomfortable positions, often isolated without close support. Once possession was turned over, Chelsea's speed of attack was decisive. João Pedro's chipped cross for Neto at the far post highlighted both Chelsea's sharpness and West Ham's lack of defensive coordination. The absence of Cole Palmer could have been disruptive, but 18-year-old Estêvão offered a directness that unsettled West Ham further. His dribble and cutback for Fernandez's tap-in encapsulated Chelsea's attacking fluidity, vertical running from wide areas combined with late central arrivals. That sequence illustrated a broader point. Chelsea possessed multiple attacking outlets, whereas West Ham relied almost exclusively on Paquetá's flashes of inspiration.
Yeah, very happy, very impressed, especially because we didn't start in the right way. Cole injury, conceded the goal after 5 minutes, but the reaction was very good.
I mean, the attacking play generally, that must have really excited you, and there was fluidity.
Yeah, but you need balance. You need Caicedo, you need Enzo Fernández, you need Trev, Tosin, Kuku, Malo. So the attacking players, they are important, but at the same time, also the defenders players.
Nizar?
Ask you about Estêvão William. How good was his performance considering he wasn't going to start and then he did?
We conceded the goal because of him. He lost the ball in the build-up, so he needs to make mistake to learn, but overall the performance was very good.
Is that a good thing as well that he reacted to that? He didn't let it get in his head that he made a mistake?
Yeah, that show how good he is and the reason why he's here with us.
Kieran?
Hi, Enzo. Obviously, losing Palmer in the warm-up and then you win with 5 different scorers. Do you think that wins like that sort of tell off those people who say that Chelsea have called Palmer FC, those accusations?
You know already how I think that I don't care about you are there to say things and people in general they are there to say something. So the ones that they say that we are just cold team, for sure Cole is our best player, no doubt. For sure with Cole we are much better team. But I think we already showed last year in 2-3 months where Cole unfortunately for us was not 100%, where we achieved top 4 that no one expect, and the most important thing, no one asked me in the first season finish top 4 Champions League. They asked me in 2 years Champions League.
Simon?
And so, just checking what is the status of Cole's injury and what's going on with that. And just sort of backing up that question, I know what you're saying about proved it last season, but is it good with new arrivals like Estêvão, João, Pedro that proved it again without Cole?
Yeah, Cole in the last 4 or 5 days he was not 100%. Today he tried in the warm-up, but he felt something. So we prefer don't take any risk to get worse, and we see now in the next hours if it's something important or not. And then for sure João, Pedro, Liam, Estêvão, Jamie Gittens, that he will be good for sure. They are all fantastic players. You can see that probably Liam and João, they are a little bit more ahead of the rest, but the reason why is because they were already here in England. Jamie needs to adapt a little bit, Estêvão needs to adapt, Ato in his time to adapt, but overall we are very happy with all of them.
Tom?
Growing, I would say growing, yeah. It's already probably Palace game that he was not 100%, but he's tried to make a big effort for the club, for the team, for the fans, because he really is really keen about the team. Tonight again, he tried again, but it was not very good. The reason why is because I thought that both they can play together. We didn't play since we start with both together. Was the first time, and I think that works quite well. We can do much better, but overall we are happy with that.
Davido?
A lot of things to be happy about, obviously, tonight. Which is the one you're most happy about?
Probably the start was not the best in the way we plan, but the reaction from the players, but especially you can see how confident they are about the game plan. They stick to the game plan on the ball and off the ball. They continue in the same way. So this is something for me very good.
The manner of the goals, too cheap from our perspective, too soft. In terms of like how they were conceded, really. After a great start, we got off to. The first goal probably sets a tone for how the goals were conceded. And when you do that, especially against a top side like Chelsea, then it makes it it's impossible.
What do you say to the players just now, yesterday?
That we have to do better. We have to do better. You can't defend the box like we did. You can't concede goals like we did, and we have to do better.
You know, the right techniques as you mentioned, just from observation, do you think sometimes the team has almost like a mental challenge whenever they concede a goal, as in like heads tend to drop?
Well, I think naturally there's a disappointment generally in football when you concede a goal, but and there's no doubt we've had a tough week. But you know, the second goal was too cheap. It's too easy. And again, I don't want to use the word, but it's basic defending. Fair enough if the quality of player that's out there for Chelsea rips us apart with something really, really top, but I don't think that was. And then you're down 2-1 in the game, and then you're caught between trying to press them and get after them a bit because the crowd demands that, and we're at home, so you need to do that. But at the same time, they've got quality that they can play through you, and then it's a difficult evening. But again, I repeat, the man of the goals for us is it's not good enough.
Last question for me. 10 days to go before the window closes. How confident are you that you can get the reinforcements you need?
Well, it's a combination of two things. It's I think we can look for players and sign players that can help us from the outside, but we also need to improve what we have inside as well.
Right, you said after the Sunderland game, no time for you to get involved in a knee-jerk emotional reaction, but how concerning are these two games so far, and what do you need to do? Is it more of a mental thing, or is it basic defending and set piece? How do you change
Well, it's probably a bit of everything, if I'm being honest. It's the reality, but we've had a tough week, as I said. We've played 2 matches and we conceded 8 goals. There's no one getting away from that. So that has to drastically improve. We have to defend our box a lot better. We've got a game on Tuesday, which allows us to look at some solutions, some other players, of course, and then we have to find a way forward that's better than what it is at the moment.
The way that you're conceding goals, is it down to a lack of quality, or is it a lack of fight?
No, I don't want to say it's a lack of fight, because I know the players care and I know the players are desperate to do well. I work with them every day. I know they want to do better than we are. But I think sometimes in football and in life you can hit a patch where it's tough, and there's no doubt about it. We've had a tough week. We arrived into the Sunderland game with optimism and positivity, and we've had a smash on the nose. And you face Chelsea, who have got some talent, and it's a tough game for us. Like I said, we started well, but it was too easy to score against us. That's the reality, and we have to improve that.
When the collapses keep happening, I know you said you feel that you have the leadership, but when the collapses keep happening as they are, does that start to make you think again about whether there is enough character in that team?
Well, I think I don't doubt the people in the dressing room. I don't doubt that. I think they've got leadership qualities. I think there's character in the dressing room, but I think we're struggling and we're suffering at the moment because we've had a tough week. It's a combination of a subpar second half against Sunderland that we've paid for, incredibly, and then we're too cheap and too easy to score against a top team with talented players.
How difficult is it to turn around the momentum and reverse the negativity? And I guess, how confident are you that this group can do that?
Oh, I'm confident in the players and I'm confident in myself, and I also understand the situation. I also understand it's tough because of course the results we've had the last 2 games, nobody wants that. It doesn't look pretty when you write it up. So we have the only solution, I think, is that we have to stick together. We have to fight. We have to find a solution, and work together to be better. Simple as that.
Do you feel under pressure on the 2 games? Is it too early to talk about?
No, you're under pressure all the time in these jobs in this situation. That's how it is. I know the territory. I know what comes with poor results, and I accept my responsibility. I think it's unfair to single anybody out as an individual. I think collectively it was too easy to score against us. So I take my responsibility and I have to look at myself and do better. And I think that'll be the case for all the players, because I know they're honest and they want to and they want to do more than they are at the moment.
Is it too early to say that you're in a relegation fight?
You can say whatever you want, Jacob, whenever you want it.